Now
Rules governing home businesses. What hours of discussion led to in Lewes?
Plans for this land. A new Royal Farms gets preliminary green lights for a new location on Route 9 in Lewes.
Well, our forecast is staying a bit cloudy, clammy, and now going back to being a bit breezy as well.
This is CoastTV News at 5.
These row homes at the center of debate in Lewes today. Good evening. I'm Christina DeRobertis in for Madeline Overturf.
And I'm Charlie Sakaitis. We begin tonight with neighbors at odds in Lewes over potential in-home pet grooming business.
Today, the Lewes mayor and city council delayed a decision on creating clear rules for home-based businesses. The rules would create 3 tiers for home businesses based on how much your neighbors are impacted by your business. CoastTV reporter Brandon Ferguson is in our newsroom. Brandon, according to the drafted rule, home business owners must reach out to their nearby neighbors before starting that business.
Christina, a proposal for a pet grooming business in Lewes last year has caused many city council meetings and planning meetings trying to update codes that haven't been touched in decades. The potential owner saying it should be allowed, her neighbors saying the exact opposite.
These row homes and a potential pet grooming business now a point of contention for Lewes neighbors. Patricia Lassick lives 2 doors down from where the pet grooming business would go. She's worried about the cleanliness of the business.
The fleas, as I mentioned at the council meeting, they enjoy a dark, moist, porous environment, and that's their basement.
Sarah Preto, who wants to open the business out of her basement, says that's not going to be a problem.
I will not be grooming any dogs that don't have the proper vaccinations, and not very many owners understand that fleas do happen, and if they do happen, I will be able to take care of it with either shampoos, creams, and stuff that we use that are dog friendly or cat friendly.
The owner of 407 Savannah Road, the direct neighbor of where this potential dog grooming business could go, spoke virtually during today's meeting in Lewes, and he actually mentioned and claimed that he could already hear his neighbors through the walls, this driving him to put his home for sale.
No decision was made on these drafted rules for home businesses. City Council now has time to ask questions ahead of their December meeting. Lassick says all neighbors in the row homes are against the business. Preto says she will adjust her schedule to them.
I will close my business for as long as all 3 of them are here so that they won't be impacted by the quote-unquote smells or the noise or the parking issues.
Until City Council makes a decision next month, these row home neighbors remain divided over what a home-based business should look and sound like.
Lewes Mayor Amy Marasco said today's decision was mainly delayed because these rules were not attached to the agenda ahead of the meeting. Christina, back to you.
Thank you, Brandon. Now let's look at some other coastal towns and cities. In Rehoboth Beach, any home-based businesses must have a city business license, and building permits are required for structural changes. However, the city's zoning rules offer less guidance on how these businesses should affect neighbors. And in Dewey Beach, the rules are stricter. Only people that live in Dewey Beach can operate home-based businesses. 1 non-resident employee is allowed, and customer visits must be limited to avoid disturbing neighbors.
This is the roughly 2 acres of land located on the corner of Route 9 and Nassau Commons Boulevard near 5 Points. Coast TV News reporter Emma Aiken is covering this story, and she's live in Lewes.
Charlie, we're on the land where this Royal Farms would go. You can see Route 9 behind me there with some traffic right now. The Sussex County Planning and Zoning Commission unanimously approved the preliminary site plan this afternoon. The commission saying since this land is already zoned commercial, building a Royal Farms here is permitted use. According to documents submitted to Sussex County, the land is just under 2 acres and the store would be 5,380 square feet with 44 parking spaces and 8 gas pumps. Some people we spoke would say the location doesn't make sense since there's a Redner's with gas right across the street, but others say they welcome a new Royal Farms.
I don't think it's a good thing to put one there. It's not a big enough spot and the traffic flow is already really very hectic as it is.
I would probably use that one because we go down there, our doctors are down there, stores are down there, so we would probably use that one.
The Planning and Zoning Commission said today that final site plan approval for the Royal Farms here is dependent on all agency approvals, which staff are waiting on now. Reporting live here in Lewes, Emma Aiken, Coast TV News.
This brings us to our Coast TV poll. We want to know, what's your biggest concern about a new Royal Farms?
Let's see. Let's take a look at the results. 60% worried about more traffic, 18% say local competition, 2% more noise, and 20% say environmental impact.
If you want to vote in this poll, you can go do that. It's easy to do. Go to coasttv.com or use the mobile app. We're taking a live look into Cambridge right now as we get ready to check in with our First Alert Chief Meteorologist, Paul Williams. Paul, what are the numbers telling you today?
Well, I think from a meteorological and scientific standpoint, I think the word I'm looking for today's weather is yucky. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's how it's been all day long. Just drizzle, light rain, rain from the morning time. And now we have cloudy skies right now. And now it's still that raw, yucky kind of a feel. And that's what we're going to be dealing with really for the rest of the night. In addition to that, we have newly issued small craft advisory. So it looks like the winds are whipping up once again, making the 40s feel every bit of the 30s. As a result of that, 25-mile-per-hour wind gusts. And we're looking for that to continue to be the case for us at least until 10 o'clock for tonight from Ocean City all the way down towards Chincoteague. Overall, the rain has cleared out of the way with the low pressure system moving out of the way, but more rain is on the way, and we'll talk about that in your full forecast.
Thank you, Paul. New tonight, a Georgetown man is in custody after police say they found pipe bombs, guns, and drugs at his home on Macaulay's Chapel Road. Delaware State Police arrested 61-year-old David Godwin. Troopers say on November 10th, Godwin assaulted a family member during a fight. The victim was treated by EMS for minor injuries, and troopers were able to find Godwin the next day and arrest him. During a search of the home, troopers say they found drugs, guns, homemade pipe bombs, and hoax devices.
A whirlwind session. The Congress passed bill to release the Epstein files expected to land on President Trump's desk today.
After flying through the House and then the Senate yesterday, Trump has said he would review and sign the bill as soon as it comes to him.
As NBC's Monica Alba reports, all of this after months of resistance from the president and Republican leaders who argued that the legislation does not do enough to protect victims' identities.
The Epstein transparency bill is in President Trump's hands now.
Under the previous order, the bill is considered read 3 times and passed, and the motion to reconsider is considered.
The bill raced through Congress yesterday after months of resistance from the White House. It's expected to force the Department of Justice to release all its documents on sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Now the president just needs to sign it into law, which White House officials say he will do today at some point. House Speaker Mike Johnson not happy that this version made it to the president.
It needed amendments. I just spoke to the president about that. We'll see what happens.
Once the Epstein Act is law, the Justice Department will have 30 days to make all files public. Attorney General Pam Bondi saying today the DOJ wants maximum transparency.
We have released over 33,000 Epstein documents to the Hill, and we'll continue to follow the law.
So what files will be released? Well, victims' names will be redacted, and any documents dealing with an open investigation may be held back, which could include the new inquiries that began last week after President Trump directed Bondi to look into prominent Democrats.
New information, additional information, and again, we will continue to follow the law, to investigate any leads.
But that's a contradiction from last summer when Bondi wrote that a review of the files found no new information. President Trump has not been accused of any wrongdoing related to Epstein, but in documents and emails released by the House Oversight Committee, Epstein discusses the president and claims Trump knew about the girls.
Congressman Thomas Massie, he's one of the leaders behind the bipartisan Epstein Transparency Act. He told me he believes the Department of Justice may use ongoing investigations to keep them from releasing some of those Epstein files. In Washington, Julie Sirkin, NBC News.
Coming up on Coast TV News at 5, farmland future, Worcester County officials considering a new check on housing development.
And we're expecting for it to stay cloudy for the rest of the night with the winds relatively light, but we have a concern for additional problems with winds right for tonight.
But first, brightly wrapped gifts, how one organization is making sure no senior is forgotten this Christmas. That's next.
This is Coast TV News at 5.
Well, the holidays can be a lonely time for some of our most vulnerable neighbors, but for more than 30 years, Cheer has made sure no homebound senior in Sussex County spends Christmas morning feeling forgotten.
This is all part of the program Operation Christmas Cheer with donation boxes. They're already starting to fill up inside Cheer centers with wrapped up presents tagged male or female.
A child should not go without Christmas. And as we get older, we become seniors. And seniors should not do without Christmas either.
Organizers say Operation Christmas Cheer runs through December 19th, and you can drop off a wrapped gift at any Cheer location.
Coming up next, Paul Williams is in our CoastTV First Alert Weather Center tracking your forecast, your full forecast after this.
So we're back to being cloudy, a great deal of moisture hovering in the atmosphere and drizzle, and it's just kind of a raw kind of day. And night, we're going to stay that way, and we still have some active winds staying a bit blustery for the beaches, at least till about 10 o'clock for this evening. And then we get on a temperature roller coaster here. We'll get to that in just a second. So first and foremost, Ocean City, 47 degrees, dew point temperature 45, air temperature and dew point temperature so close to one another, we have a lot of moisture just hovering in the atmosphere at this point. And that's going to allow for the cloud cover to stay a bit on the thick side, so we're not going to see much movement bumping up or down with the temperatures for the rest of the night. Now here's the irony. The same cloud cover that didn't allow us to warm up throughout the day will actually keep us warmer throughout the night, like a big blanket on top of us while we're, laying down in the bed. So we're going to be in the 40s. We're going to stay there for the most part for the rest of the evening for most of the entire viewing area. 44 degrees in Millsboro as well as Long Neck. We're at 44 degrees in Willard, 44 in Gumboro as well as Laurel and in Delmar, with mostly cloudy skies. Live radar is indicating the precipitation we did have earlier, that's vamoose, but we picked up on the wind a little bit, particularly over the waters for us, right throughout the Chesapeake Bay area. And then also, small craft advisories have been activated at least for the rest of the night until about 10 o'clock this evening for us along the Sussex shore as well as Ocean City down towards Chincoteague. But when you think about it, the cloud cover is going to keep us right near the 40-degree mark. Now, we may slip into the 30s, so I'm kind of compensating for that possibility for places like Georgetown, Seaford, Delmar, and Greenwood. But you'll notice that right over here where there's additional moisture with more water, we're going to stay at about 42 to 43 to even 44 degrees, perhaps 45 for the overnight low, places like Ocean City. So tonight, abundant clouds, a few breaks in chilly, and just raw all night long. Thursday, cloudy. And that sounds like the same record all over and over again. Well, I said record. I guess dated myself, didn't I? Well, it's the same clip over and over again, all right? Anyway, as you take a look at what's happening for us for the rest of the night, we're looking at cloudy skies going into Thursday morning with our overnight model. So along the coast, look for the winds out of the north. That's an uncomfortable wind at about 12 miles per hour and 53 degrees. And then as you take a look at our expectation, we're at 54 for the high in Georgetown, increasing cloud cover for Cambridge and 50. And we're looking for 54 in Pocomoke City, Snow Hill, and Berlin, still staying cloudy. Our chances of rain elevating for the night, and then we'll back off of them Friday, and then as we go into, like say, next Tuesday, we'll watch out for that. And that's got a little trick to that too. So first of all, Thursday, we're looking pretty clear of the rain, but thick cloud cover will still hover. And then we'll have a little bit of rain that'll begin to trickle into our area by the time we get to Friday. And our temperatures, okay, we're going to fall well below norm. Let me show you something real quick. So I'm going to go run through these things here on the coast. We're looking at 53, 57, 57 for Ocean City. And then for Lewes, we're getting at 53 cloudy, 60 cloudy, and then 59. Now, as you take a look at tonight, we're going to 39 and 52 for tomorrow with drizzle possible. And then we're going to start warming up Friday. And then that's a setup, okay? Because we're going to go up, up, up. And here's the extended forecast. We're going to go up, up until Wednesday. And what I really need to show you, you got to stick around for the 10-day forecast because that's when the bottom drops out.
Okay, thank you again, Paul. We'll check back in. Tonight in Lewes, more discussion regarding accessory dwelling units. That's when a main house and a second independent living space sit on the same property. The Planning Commission set to consider whether property owners are required to live on site if they have an ADU on the property, and the commission could make its recommendation to City Council at tonight's meeting. It's that time of year again for the Bless Our Children campaign. Every year, Coast TV works to make the holidays brighter for kids on Delmarva.
Of course, the money you give, that goes to local charities who buy Christmas presents. Here's how you can support.
For many in our community, the holiday season can bring about stress, as they strive to create unforgettable moments for their cherished little one.
And that's where the Bless Our Children campaign can help, but we need your support to make it happen. All the money you donate goes to local nonprofit organizations which give gifts to children this holiday season.
And you know what, Mike? Every penny, every single one you give helps families right here in Delmarva because WBOC covers all administrative costs. Send a donation and a holiday card, and we may read your well wishes on the air.
Businesses can also help Bless Our Children by accepting the Shell Brothers Bless Our Children Challenge by donating at least $1,000. As our thank you, we'll list your name on the Shell Brothers Honor Roll in order of amounts given in increments of $1,000.
You can donate by sending a check or money order to the address on your screen, or you can use your credit card online at blessourchildren.org.
Together, we can make the holidays this year a special one.
Bless Our Children is administered by the Draper Holdings Charitable Foundation.
We salute Virginia Davidson for her outstanding service to the Bethany Beach Volunteer Fire Department, where she has dedicated 13 years as a firefighter and 17 years as a fire police officer. As secretary of the board of directors, she continues to lead with purpose, even establishing the Sussex County Fire Police Association's website. This year, she was honored as the department's top responder, handling an incredible 976 calls. Reflecting her unwavering commitment to her community, Virginia stands as a powerful role model for women and men alike, and we are grateful for her service.
Spicer Brothers and Coast TV are honoring military persons and first responders serving Delmarva. If you have a family member, friend, or community member that you would like to nominate for a Coast TV salute, go to coasttvsalutes.com.
Milford is growing, and city officials are putting out new data to back that up. According to a report from the Delaware State Housing Authority, on average, 200 new housing units are built in the city per year. According to the authority, at that pace, all current and proposed projects would take 20 years to complete. In 2018, 45% of city land was available for development. This year, that's down to about 30%, and all those numbers are part of Milford's plan to grow responsibly. The Milford City Council is reviewing that report at a workshop tonight.
Conservation efforts in Worcester County by the Agricultural Land Preservation Advisory Board. They are reviewing at their Wednesday night meeting the 2026 comprehensive plan that includes establishing a priority preservation area. The idea is that it would protect over 85,000 acres from non-farming development. Also, it would establish a farmland conservation fund. Earlier this year, Worcester County received approval from the Maryland DNR to acquire an estimate on 94 acres in the Pocomoke River watershed area.
Now here's a live look into Laurel. We have one more check on your forecast after this.
Coming up new on Coast TV News at 6, certain crimes on the rise in Ocean City. We're going to break that down, that story and more on Coast TV News at 6.
I need for you to go ahead and get your mind right before I show you this 10-day forecast. We're going to get there in a second. Just hang on a second. All right. In Laurel right now, we're at 44. Normal stuff. 43 for tonight. Cloudy skies, still staying a bit raw throughout the night, pardon me. And then we do have a newly issued small craft advisory bracing for 25-mile-per-hour winds, a bit of drizzle and that kind of thing. Our umbrella giveaway winner is Jacqueline Holston. Congratulations from Ocean City. Keep up with your forecast by calling our weather line. And here's what I've been trying to prepare you for. Look on the right side of your screen after that turkey. Gobble, gobble, everybody. 45 for the high, 44. And that's if we're lucky, and that does not take into account how windy it's going to be.
You know what, Paul? There's nothing to do but embrace it. You got to dress for it, be ready for it, because that cold's coming.
What's your opinion?
I don't think it's that bad.
Well,
I mean, what do you think? Charlie's from Alaska, so 45.
Remember those
that's
words.
Hot to you.
I don't know about hot, but it's on the way.
Thank you, Paul, and thanks to you for joining us for Coast TV News at 5.
For more news, more local weather, download our Coast TV News app.
Inside Edition is next.
And we'll see you later tonight for Coast TV News at 6. Have a great evening.